Happy Sunday, y'all. So today after church, I came home and I was like, oh, I need to clean the grill on the stove. Like you can see what I'm talking about. But I need to clean the grill on the stove. My son typically cleans the kitchen, and there's just been a smell that kind of just is sitting still in our kitchen. It just smells like food. And I don't like that. I don't like the smell of food. I mean, unless we're cooking it and eating it, but to have a lingering smell, I don't like that. So I was like, it has to be something. And I looked the other day and it was a buildup on the grill because it's not being cleaned daily. And then up above the stove or the eyes, the pilot, it's food debris up under the microwave. And so I was like, okay, that needs to be cleaned. That's probably what's holding the smell. So I woke up, after church, brought you to today, and I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I really didn't have any experience of cleaning the grill. Chris was knocked out asleep. I was like, hey, what do I clean this grill with? Like, what am I getting this buildup off with? So I began to do that, and I was doing it and cleaning. And as I was cleaning it, I was educating my son at the same time as me learning. And I was thinking back to the fact that the reason why I don't know this is because when I grew up, we didn't have a grill on our stove. I think we had an electric stove, and we didn't have something that was like right above the stove in which food or grease or anything would be popping onto that would need to be cleaned on a frequent basis. And then my mom wasn't the cook that sauteed or grilled, like did things in a skillet in which food would even be popping. Like we were the spaghetti family, hot dogs, that was us. And so Chris is that type of cook. So when he cooks, when he does things, food flies everywhere, it gets where it goes, and that's just how it is. That's the kitchen, right? That's what we do on the stove. And so as I was teaching my son, as I learned, oh son, do this, and we're gonna do this more frequently because I smell this, and this is what we're gonna do. I was just so thankful for being able to learn and do something different from what I knew growing up. And I said all this to say, a lot of times when you get into relationships with people, whether you're dating or somebody that's totally different from you, give them some grace and mercy, because these people are operating on what they knew when they grew up. Because my mom told me to clean the kitchen, and what that meant was to wipe the stove, wipe the counters, wash the dishes and stuff like that. It never was, oh, you got to clean the grill. Oh, you got to look. So that's something that I brought with me that I didn't even know that needed to be done on a consistent basis until what I told you. I just began to smell something not too long ago. So as you navigate through life, understand that people are just bringing to the table what they come from, or where they come from, the things that they did as children. And so a lot of times when that happens, we as human beings tend to feel like people are doing it on purpose or being lazy. Like Chris could have easily been like, my wife is overlooking that, she's being lazy, she's being dirty, and it wasn't that at all. It's just that I hadn't even thought about it, because that's not something that I grew up doing all the time. Even before he and I got married, we didn't have a stove, or I never lived anywhere with a stove, with a grill and all of these things. And so that's one of the reasons why I love him so much. He's never judged me for what I did not know, because I honestly just didn't know. It wasn't me being lazy. It was just a lack of knowledge. And so I'm always so eager to learn and become a better version of myself, that whatever it is that he teaches me, and we do the same for each other, I'm ready to soak it up like a sponge, right? But I wanted to just leave that message to you, that when people do things, don't always feel like it's on purpose or something bad coming from it, or they're lazy, because a lot of times we just don't know. We don't know. And it's something new that needs to be added to our library and Rolodex of things in life. I remember being accused of, when I was back in my 20s, of being selfish. And I'm sure I was. But what was told to me was that, but you knew that you were being selfish. I had no clue. So don't always think that people know what they're doing. They may not know. So give some grace and some mercy, and let that be a channel of thought or option versus always thinking the negative of people. To be like, you know what, did you know this? Because it's a big part of parenting. I promise it is. When you're holding your children accountable for things, you don't just assume that they know, because if you didn't teach them, then 9 times out of 10, they don't know. Common sense is not common to everybody, and a lot of things that are thrown into the common sense bucket shouldn't be, because somebody actually needs to teach that part. So, all right, that's all I got for today. It was on my mind. I said, oh, y'all know I'm sharing stories now. Let me go ahead and address that so that I could share it, because that was what was coming to me as I was cleaning that and learning that part with my son. Y'all have a good day.